This is the Man in a Room podcast.
Sometimes I sit there late at night and just think to myself, you can put an apple into a pie, but you can't put a pie into an apple. Crazy. PC gone mad. Hello, welcome to this episode of Man in a Room. It's me again, and this is episode 5. Crazy, episode 5. Didn't think that was going to happen, but it has, and here it is. Enjoy. I don't really go with that, but you know. So I've been a bit discombobulated the last couple of days. I don't understand where it's sort of come from. I just sort of feel a bit like, ooh, discombobulated. It's hard to explain what discombobulation entails and what discombobulation feels like unless you've experienced that before. But, that's what is funny about discombobulation. It's just a great word to say, isn't it? There we are. Someone literally on a motorbike that sounds like someone's farting as they went past. Great. Thanks for that. I'm keeping that in. The farting motorbike. Maybe that's what the episode title should be. The farting motorbike. I mean, the thing is, I try my best to try and work out what to do for this, titles and stuff like that. And I can never come up with a title for it. And I think that has to be this episode's title now. So, what the farting motorbike? I said, yes, some prog rock band from the 70s, Do you not remember them? Like, why, you're some sort of loser. And they were like, oh yeah, I remember Farting Motorbike. They were great punk, great punk music. Anyway, I know, I digress. Like I said, I've been a bit discombobulated. Let's not start that again. And it's funny because I live alone, and I worry in case I sort of end up going a bit weird. And I forget how old I am sometimes. I genuinely forget that. It's like, what I mean by that is I forget that I'm 35 years old. I forget that I'm actually older than most people that I deal with on a daily basis. And I'm like, okay. And I actually forget that all the time because I feel like I'm 24 years old. And that's a weird thing to say, I know. But at the age of 24 was the last time I sort of like, yep, I feel different now. I've felt different in different times and stuff like that. But just as a general thing, yeah, like 24, in my head I'm 24 still. It's weird because I'm 11 years older than that. And it's very strange because I spoke to my dad about this because my dad is 65 years old and he said he doesn't feel that age at all. Like he in his head, he's still like a young man, And I said, well, I understand that completely. It's just, it gets harder to get up sometimes. And it's just, sometimes a bit like, ugh. But, I don't know, I feel like I'm pretty healthy. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so the reason why I bring this up is because something happened. I was having a conversation about music, and I was like, oh yeah, bands I like, all this kind of stuff. So, oh yeah, I love Radiohead. I love the White Stripes and all this kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, these are amazing. But then, these are amazing bands and all this kind of thing. But they were like, oh really? I was like, yeah. And then I started doing bits from OK Computer, the old, the classic, the standards. And then it's like, oh yeah, I was at the release in 97. And then I was like, that's not that long ago. It's like, no, that's 23 years ago. And it didn't dawn on me that 1997 was 23 years ago. Like, that's insane. I thought that seems like a very long time ago for some reason. And so what was sort of dawning on me, I thought, well, it's me asking about music in 1997, because I was into that sort of music back then. Like Blur and all that kind of stuff. Blur, Beetleborn was 1997 as well, right? And loved that song. And anyway, so it's like me being interested in music and asking somebody like 23 years before me would be 1974. And I remember talking to my mum about like music and, because she loved glam rock and all that kind of stuff, and she loved like T-Rex and she liked a bit of Bowie and all that kind of stuff. And because it's actually really interesting. Then I thought, wow, that's actually insane that's that long ago. And that's actually quite mad when you actually think about it. When I thought about it, I thought that's actually quite weird to think that I'm that person who I was talking to about that weird older person who's like really enthused about music and it's like your mum's age. It's like, oh dear, I'm now that person. And it's also quite funny because we were like flicking through old family photographs at Christmas, and there was one, and I was like, there's my dad in it, and I'm like, hang on, I'm actually your age in this photograph. That's how old I am. And I was like, wow, this is an actual direct comparison. I can like compare, like how like I was that age, and just the massive difference. I'm not going to go into the massive difference, but let's just say there's a huge difference. Obviously, here married with children, I am not. That being the hugest difference. But it's just really weird. It's very weird when I thought about it like that. I thought, well, that's last man 1974. I thought, oh yeah, I did the maths. I did the maths. I got a pen and I got some paper, and I was like, I want to make sure that I know the math of this is correct. And yeah. But anyway, I need to take a little sip of my tea. Oh, that's actually a lie. It's not actual tea. And I can say this is from a little sponsor message here. Because the very kind people at the chai company gave me some chai. I'll have some chai. And I thought to myself, I'll have some chai. And I'll drink it during the episode and be like, yeah, I love chai. I do love chai. And I was like, okay, so if I do the plug now, you can send me the chai later. So, chai. This chai is from Asda's. Asda's? It's called Asda. I don't know what Asda's for. People do that, don't they? It's like people call it Tesco's. It's like, no, it's Tesco. Anyway, weird tangent. It's actually an Asda branded chai tea, and it's got a nice spice to it, and I really like it. And I'll put a little dash of 0 calories, 0 sugar syrup, glazed donut flavour. Really has a nice, like a weird sort of ness to it, but I really like it. Anyway, I'm going to drink the rest of that chai, and then I'm going to, we'll have a little break. So, yeah, I'll be back after this very short break.
If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please do not hesitate to send them to show@maninaroom.co.uk.
My favourite jumper is grey, and it's like it's like a machine knit kind of thing. It's got a little pouch at the front rather than having 2 pockets. Quite like that. Also, I like the fact that it's got a hoodie, like a hood built in, which I would obviously pull up if I was able to, if I wasn't wearing headphones. It's just a really nice jumper. It fits nice. It's a bit baggy. It's quite, love it. And, I got to put it on. I gave it a wash, and it's always nice to put it on when it's sort of fresh. Like, yeah, here we go. Get into it, get it smelly. And, so I was enjoying this day, because I thought, well, you know what? I like wearing my hoodie. Well, I say hoodie. I'm wearing my jumper, and it's a good day. And it's very strange how something like that can just sort of trigger you to think, do you know what? Things aren't that bad. It's all right. If you can mark a good day by the fact you get to wear one of your favourite items of clothing, I say, why not? All power to you. But anyway, all power to me. That's what I say. I'm messing around. But it's just one of those little things. Because I work in a job where I have to wear a uniform. So at some point I have to change my outfit, at some point during the day. And so basically, any day that I don't have to take this off, I'm like, yes, it's a good day. Good day indeed. And I love it. And I bought it a couple of years ago, actually. It's actually one of the first sort of purchases I made, because I don't really buy a lot of clothes, you see. And this is one of those, the first purchase I actually probably made. I thought, do you know what, I really like this. I want to commit to this jumper. I'm going to spend the $24.99 on it, and I'm going to be like, that's my jumper, yo. And I thought, that's definitely how it's going to be. Me and this jumper, there was a kindred spiritness about it when we first joined up. I want to put it on. I was like, yes. I tried it on. I was like, yes. This is coming home with me. And it doesn't happen very often, that. I don't often buy clothes, but when I do buy clothes, I really get an attachment to it. Because I remember, this is a different time actually. There's this t-shirt. I found a t-shirt. I was just browsing, not really expecting much. And there's a t-shirt, and it had the movie poster for The Shining on it. Now, I love The Shining, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. I need to buy that. So I bought it. It's in like a tenner. I was like, that's amazing. And I put it on. I was like, yep, this is my new favourite t-shirt, and it genuinely is. Like, I love that t-shirt. I'm actually very weird with my clothes, actually, because I have set things that I quite like. I have slouch wear, because I don't dress up that often. I do actually have nice things, but I just don't really wear them that often, unless I'm making an effort, which I don't do very often, to be fair. It's actually quite funny, because when people do see me make an effort, they're like, what are you dressed up for? I was like, no, I just want to wear something nice. I mean, this jumper is gorgeous, but at the same time, I also have a hoodie I like to wear, and I also have a dressing gown I like to wear as well. In fact, a little life hack, if you actually hang something warm to wear around your house in each door, you've always got somewhere where you can go where there's going to be something to warm to whack on. It's just a case of remembering which one is on which door. Naturally, the dressing gown is on my bedroom door, because that makes sense, doesn't it? I then have on my bathroom door, I have my hoodie, getting covered in all like airborne fecal matter. And then I also have my jumper on the living room door. I don't have one in the kitchen because I don't want it to smell like food. That's one of those things I'm sort of very conscious about, like smelling like food. But yeah, not that I fry a lot of food, but sometimes you're thinking, oh, that person's had some chips recently, and so I hope I don't smell like that. So yeah, I'm very self-conscious about smelling like a chip pan anyway. But that's just me, But anyway, favourite jumper aside, today's a good day. And maybe you have an item of clothing that you wear and you think, do you know what? I love this. This is a nice piece of clothing and it's my favourite of all time. Let me know if you have. You can always tweet me. Details can be found at the website. Honestly, I'm not very good at this kind of stuff. I'm not very good at the housekeeping part of podcasting, as it were. Don't forget to check out my website. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and Google Play and all that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not that kind of person. So the idea of even attempting to get you to get in contact was ridiculous then. The email address doesn't even work. Like, I've tried. Like, I think maybe very small amounts of emails go through that. But I figured I ran this podcast for years and no one ever emailed in. So what's the difference? I keep the jingling because it's just nice to have like a nice little break. And yeah, that's the way these things happen. Happy accidents. I'm very Bob Ross in that sort of way. There's certain amounts of serendipity that involves in life, and I quite like that. The fact that certain things can happen, certain things might not happen. I love all that, like the happy coincidences and happy mistakes. Like I say, those are good. Like I remember once, what was it? I put the wrong thing in my food. I can't remember what it was. It was something stupid. I think I accidentally put oregano. That was it. I made some scrambled eggs on toast, and rather than putting black pepper on it, I put oregano on it. I was like, oh no. So I ate it anyway. It was all right. So, do you know what? I could have just thrown that in the bin. I would never do that, by the way. I never waste food. But I thought, well, it's on there. We'll see how it goes. I don't mind oregano. I don't mind egg. I just need a little bit of ketchup, and there you've got like a nice sort of Italian type thing. Just a little of ketchup. That's not actually one I got from my niece and my nephew, that one. That was actually my thing I did. That was oregano on toast. Oregano with egg. But yeah. I'm just waffling on now about putting the wrong thing on some egg. It's just fun to say the word egg. Sorry for any vegans listening. Anyway, yeah, so this has been this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of an odd one for me to do, I'll be honest. But, I got through it. But, we pushed through. Anyway, I will catch you all again soon, and hope you have a good rest of your day or whatever. So, yeah, catch you soon. Sorry for knocking the desk there. What a professional.
Who is the man? Where is the room? It's some guy you've never heard of, in a room you've never been in. For more information, head over to maninaroom.co.uk.